Namaste everyone. So today we are back with the another video of chapter number 2, whole number. So children, in the previous video we have covered till associative property, and today we are going to cover distributive property in this video. We will be left with patterns in the whole number, which we will cover in the next video. So let's begin with distributive property. Before starting to go deep into the concept, let me clear two things. First, to understand the meaning of the word distribute. So, the word distribute simply means to give something to each member of the group. Second, to remember the order of operation, which we have already covered in the previous video of Roman numbers. Now, I want you to go through the activity first. You can also try if you wish. So, children, there is a picture on your screen, and the task is to find out the total number of squares in the picture. If I would have given this task to a younger child, the child would count each and every square and then will get the result. But because you already have learned the multiplication, you can smartly count the number of columns and number of rows to get the result. So let's count that how many columns are there and how many rows are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are total 9 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are total 7 rows. So if I need to write it down in a form of an expression, it will be like 7 times 9 or 9 times 7. Both of them will give you the same result. Agree? Now secondly, I am going to distribute this entire picture into two parts. So now the first part will be represented by 7 times 5 and the another picture will be represented by 7 times 4. But if you will add the product of 7 times 5 and 7 times 4, you will definitely get the result of 7 times 9. So in this case, which is the common number you are able to see? Exactly, number 7. So if I would like to note down the expressions for the picture, it could be written down like 7 times 5 plus 7 times 4. Or you can say that 7 times 9 is equals to 7 times 5 plus 7 times 4. Or if I want to further expand the expression, I can say that 7 times 5 plus 4 is equals to 7 times 5 plus 7 times 4. Children, if you will observe these two equations, you will find them absolutely same. The only difference is in the way of writing them. Like 7 times 9 in the first expression and 7 times 5 plus 4 in the second expression. And it is just because the 9 columns were divided into 5 columns and 4 columns. So 9 is distributed in two parts, and that brings the distributive property in this calculation. Now let's apply distributive property on this expression and see how it will help you. So the expression is 7 times the group of 5 plus 4. Here 7 is a factor which is common for 5 and 4, right? It means you can distribute 7 to 5 and 4 both. So After distributing, the expression will look something like this: 7 times 5 and 7 times 4. Now, because you have already distributed 7 to both the members of the group, there is no need of the brackets. Now, simply you have to find the product of both of them, that is 35 and 28, and add them. You will get the result as 63, right? Children, you must be thinking, why to use distributive property when you could have directly multiplied the numbers, right? So I'll say that you are thinking absolutely right. Multiplying 7 and 9 is a very easy task, right? But then why we have distributed 9 as 5 plus 4 and we have increased the steps of calculation? So children, here I would like to tell you that all the properties you are learning, they all are meant for only one purpose, that is to simplify your calculation. Right now, the numbers were too easy. 7 times 9. We could easily find out the answer of this. But think, if it could be 7 times 93, then the calculation will be little bigger. And you must be thinking of finding out the result by using the standard multiplication method, which we always known as column method. Am I right? So children, here distributive property helps you to find out the result easily. Let's see how it helps us. So, in the cases where you have to multiply with 2-digit or 3-digit numbers, distributive property will definitely work. So, now it's your task time. Use the following steps to solve 7 times 93. This is the similar question which we have seen earlier in this video. Now you have to apply the distributive property on this question. I will be giving you the instructions step by step. You can pause the video and continue with the work. So get ready with your notebook. We will start with the activity. So the very first step says that first expand 93 as 90 plus 3. So here, because 93 is a bigger number which can be expanded, so we will expand the number 93 as 90 plus 3, and then we will put them in a bracket. Do it now. So now step 2 says that keep 7 and multiplication sign outside the bracket, because we are not using the factor 7 here, so it will remain at the same place. I hope you must have done. So now step 3 says that distribute the factor 7 to each number of the group, that is 90 and 3. And once you will distribute it to both the numbers, remove the brackets, because you don't need more this brackets. Now step 4 says that find the product of each. So you must have written down 7 times 90 plus 7 times 3. So find out the product of both of them. And lastly, add the products. The number you got after adding is your answer. So now let's check your work. This was the question, so we will write it down as it is. Now in the second step, we have distributed 93 and wrote it down in expanded form. So it will become 90 plus 3. And because we are distributing 93, we will keep them in the bracket because they form a group. Now in the next step, we will distribute factor 7 to 90 and 3 both. Because we will be distributing the factor to 90 and 3 both, we will remove the bracket as well. So the third step will be 7 times 90 plus 7 times 3. Now, after finding out the product of both of them, you will get the result as 630 plus 21. And lastly, you have to just add both of them. And because 630 is a rounded number, addition makes easy. So, so children, do you know that we can do this in other way also when the numbers are already distributed? In the previous case, you were expanding the number on your own. But if the numbers are already distributed, how you will solve using the distributive property? Let's check. So there is a question says 8 times 23 plus 8 times 77. Now you must be thinking that I have to distribute 23 and 77 both. No. If you will see that 8 is common for both of them, so you will keep the non-common numbers, that is 23 and 77, in the bracket, and you will keep the common number 8 outside the bracket. Now you have to add 23 and 77 here, which will give you 100. Oh wow, it's very easy to multiply 8 times 100. So 8 times 100 will give you 800. So have you seen that how the calculation has become very simpler by using the distributive property? Let's look at some more examples. Oh my god, it is such a big number to calculate. But no worry, distributive property is there. It will help us. So 9 times 215 plus 9 times 542 plus 9 times 243. Again, 9 is common for all of them. So we will keep 9 outside the bracket and we will keep all the non-common numbers in the bracket. And after adding all those numbers, you will get 1000. So in the starting, it was looking so difficult. But after adding all the non-common numbers, you will get a rounded number which will give you 9000 as a result. So children, now you must be understanding that how these properties are helping us in our calculation. They are actually making our calculations simpler, right? So children, we have reached to the end of the video and I hope you must have understood the importance of distributive property. Now, I would like you to use distributive property to solve different kinds of questions. You can make questions on your own, expand the numbers, and then find the product. Till then, thanks for watching the video.